This is Rich Palladino reporting for Title Match Wrestling. We're here at Wrestlecon in Orlando with Mr. Damien Sandow, Aaron Rex, whatever you want to call him. To me, you'll always be Aaron Stevens.
Well, thank you, because that's my name, right? And to me, you'll always be Rich Palladino.
Well, thank you. And we're here in Orlando, Wrestlecon. How's the experience been for you?
It's been awesome. You know, it's funny, Rich, because like you knew me when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, as they say. You know, I really I've never been to Wrestlecon because I was always at the other thing that they have going on this week. And this is very cool. It's just fun. I'm having a blast, and it's good because it's you have to take a little bit more time just to kind of meet people and thank them for everything. And I'm actually pretty taken back at what people remember, because you know, when I left the first time back, it was about a year ago, I think. I didn't know if I was going to do anything, and then I did a bunch of signings, and I said, you know, I'm going to go meet some fans and stuff. But the international crowd, I only did about 2 trips overseas, and internationally, like that, it's the first time I'm actually seeing a lot of people, and a lot of people are seeing me, and it's just cool. Like the stuff they remember, and like, you know, little moments that, you know, I had over there and everything, and on TV as well. And I'm really I'm happy, and you know, I think, I don't know if this is going to be it for me, because you know, I'm no longer with Impact, and ending on this note is not a bad thing, you know. And I'm not saying I'm never going to get in a ring again, but this is pretty cool, and I would much rather people remember me for all the good stuff than, you know, to kind of try to, you know, hang on. So it's good, man. I'm just happy. And this has been great, and the fans are great, and it's just been awesome. I've had an awesome career, and yeah. So
you've been places that most people wouldn't get the opportunity to go to, and you got to go there and do what you love. Since the days he was training with Killer Kowalski to everything you did. I'm glad I can call you a friend for 20-something years, and no matter where this business takes you, you're an asset to this business, and you always have. And Chavo Guerrero thinks so too. And so that's it, man.
Good, Rich, thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Podcast, listen to the podcast, right? Whatever.
Title Match Wrestling.
Title Match Wrestling.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. There we go.
That's it. Thanks,
awesome.
Mel.
Thank you.
Buddy.
All right. Thank you, Rich.
Thanks, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. We're at Wrestlecon in Orlando.
Yeah, Rich and Tommy Rich. Oh, we got to say something about what?
Somebody say something about 2 Riches and a former NWA World Champion, the Big Don of the FBI, as I recall several years ago in ECW. Tommy Rich, how has the Wrestlecon experience been for you?
Oh, it's great. You know, it's great to still no wrestling fans still remember an old man. I was very blessed, and to get to come see all the guys and the fans, it's great, man. I've had a great time.
Title Match Wrestling.
Title match, that's almost too much for me to say. Title Match Wrestling, though, I want everybody to tune in, because there's a lot of good things coming y'all's way.
From Tommy Rich. All right, it's Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. We're here at Wrestlecon in Orlando, and look who I've got, the original, the only vampire. It's Gangrel. Gangrel, how has Wrestlecon been for you?
Wrestlecon's amazing to get out here and see all the fans and all the activities going on, and I just like to say thank you to all the fans for coming out, because without you guys there'd be no wrestling, right? So I love it. Keep banging and banging, man, and thanks for coming out here. Thanks for listening to me.
The one and only Gangrel. Hello everybody, it's Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling, and I have run into a dear friend of mine. I will never say an old friend. We still work on the independent circuits together. Taeler Hendrix, embrace your inner villain. Here's Taeler Hendrix. Taeler, we're here at Wrestlecon in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Tell me, what does Wrestlecon mean to you and being a part of such a huge event?
Wrestlecon means so much to me, actually, because you start off as a child going to these events, and then all of a sudden you blink and you're blessed enough to actually be being paid to be here, meeting people who now watch you, and the cycle continues. So I think to be a part of that Wrestlecon experience is awesome. You get the WWE experience, you get the Impact Wrestling experience, you get the Ring of Honor experience, you get the Queens of Combat High Spots experience. And let's be clear to say thank you to High Spots, because they literally put on this whole thing. Absolutely. So without High Spots and Queens of Combat, there is no Wrestlecon. So I think that's pretty awesome.
I think it's pretty awesome, and I think it's great that you're here. I know you're nursing an injury, but that's going to fix itself real soon, and we'll see you back in the ring sooner than later. And I can see you got people over your table. They want pictures. They want to just meet Taeler Hendrix. So guys, if you're at Wrestlecon, stop by, say hello to Taeler Hendrix. And this is Rich Palladino reporting for Title Match Wrestling. Thank you, Taeler.
Thank you.
All right, this is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling, and look who's here. Vickie Guerrero, a pleasure to see you. We're here in Orlando. We're at Wrestlecon. How has the experience been, Vickie?
Wrestlecon 2017, this is my first year, and it's been a great experience. It's great to have the fans come by. You can sit, ask their name, where they're from, and just say thank you back, because without the fans, we can't do this. And this is just a great day today.
Awesome, and obviously it's part of WrestleMania weekend. You and your late husband, of course, big parts of WrestleMania. Vickie Guerrero, give us your favorite WrestleMania moment.
Gosh, I think my favorite one for me was doing the Cougar Splash. With Late Cool helping me.
Yes.
I mean, that was a fun night. It was in Houston.
Yep.
Yeah, of course, in Texas. That's the best
hometown.
Best night. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And just every WrestleMania is special because everyone gets to put their heart on the table and show what they have for that whole year they worked for. So it's a great show to give back to the fans, and it's Super Bowl time for us.
And I think the best thing about this too is it's old home week. It's the high school reunion. You see faces you haven't seen for a while.
Oh my gosh, my friends that I haven't seen in 10, 15 years. I'm humbled to be able to come by and say hi and give them a hug. This is a great day.
Well, on behalf of everybody, Title Match Wrestling, thank you for taking the time for us. Thank you for your contributions. We thank Eddie and the entire Guerrero family for all their contributions, and it's been a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. I have one more thing to say to you.
You do?
Excuse me! Done.
Hello everybody, this is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. As you know, Title Match Wrestling has over 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we are talking to some of the greats in professional wrestling, and I've got two of the greatest right here. I've got Axe and Smash Demolition. Guys, we're at Wrestlecon here in Orlando, Florida. Smash, I'm going to start with you. Tell me what WrestleCon means to you and what it means to be here.
Well, Rich, thanks for talking to us here. WrestleCon's huge because for so many years we used to beat up everybody in the ring and beat up the fans and doing all that. Now we can come here and we can meet and shake their hands and talk to them a little bit and tell little stories and hear the stories that they have about us too. So it's kind of nice.
With the exception of one guy.
Who's that?
The guy that's on that damn microphone.
Yeah.
We're gonna beat him up. He never shuts up, this son of a gun. But WrestleCon's a good event. It's really nice. It's grown. But this guy's pissing me off. Go over there and tell him to shut up. As soon as we're done with this interview, you tell him to shut up.
I think on that note, we're just going to wrap it up. I want to thank you both, Axe and Smash Demolition, perhaps one of the greatest, without a doubt.
And you don't want to piss him off.
They are the best damn tag team in the history of professional wrestling.
Get it right, buddy.
Thank you. This is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. I've got not one but two guests. I've got the King of Taunts, the product David Starr.
I'm going to let you get away with not saying all my nicknames this time. I'm going to let you get away with that.
Thank you. It's different than when I'm wearing my tuxedo because I'm dressed down today. And Lisa Marie Veron, the former Victoria. Welcome, guys. I'm going to start ladies first. Tell me what WrestleCon means to you and being a part of it.
Well, it's pretty awesome. It's just it's a reunion for us wrestlers, not only for the fans. I hate using the word mark, but I'm a mark, and I like to go and see all the wrestlers and take pictures with them too. We're fans too of the sport. So, and it's nice that you catch up, man, and then you get to meet people like David Starr. He's kind of a big deal.
And you get to buy my T-shirt and my pictures and my wristbands and my hats. And what other merch do I have here? I don't know. You can buy it all.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know, but we're blessed that he's actually stateside and actually not in England, not in Germany, all the championships.
Listen, I'm gonna quote Lisa. kind of over. No, I'm just kidding. It's been really great, though. I've been really fortunate to be able to do that stuff and really live the dream. It's what pro wrestling's all about, and coming to WrestleCon's a part of that, and being a part. This is my first time having more than one show, and I have 7 of them, so I'm pumped.
That
I'm
is
working.
awesome.
I'm working real hard this weekend, so
You kind of have to worry when they're not booking you or in line for your autograph.
I don't got to worry about not getting booked.
Yeah. You're kind of lucky.
I'm pretty good at pro
But
wrestling.
you know what? When you do book him, I did see him on an indie show. He does give 110%. Like, it's not just it's the main event. Every match, regardless where you're put, it's a main event.
And as a ring announcer, that is one of the 10 nicknames that I have to give him.
That's one of them, the main event. I try really hard. I try really hard.
Yeah, you're good.
So 2 great guests right here on Title Match Wrestling, the product David Starr and the lovely Victoria. You're watching Title Match Wrestling. This is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. I am here with my good friend, you're everybody's friend, the one and only Eugene. Eugene, how is Wrestlecon treating you?
Wrestlecon is phenomenal. I mean, I've been a part of some big events. I've been in the ring with Hulk Hogan. I've been in the ring with Shawn Michaels, with John Cena. I even pinned Vince McMahon. But when you're talking about big events, Wrestlecon is the place to be.
It's the biggest. It's the biggest. But now let's shift gears, because I know you've set up a nice little wrestling promotion and a school out in the Midwest. Why don't you tell the fans here on Title Match Wrestling about what Eugene is doing in the business, outside the business, and training the future stars of the business.
Eugene Nick Dinsmore and his beautiful wife Stephanie have started Midwest All Pro Wrestling in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. MidwestAllPro.com has all the information. We are training the stars of tomorrow. It is a phenomenal organization. We are building stars, we're running shows, and everybody in the Midwest is talking about Midwest All Pro. Anybody that's anybody has come through there. We've had Damien Sandow. We've had Shelton Benjamin come in. We've had Carlito come in. We've had Bob Holly come in. The list goes on and on. The names are getting bigger and bigger. We're only growing. MidwestAllPro.com is where you want to go to learn about Midwest All Pro Wrestling.
And you have heard it from the man himself, Eugene, here on Title Match Wrestling. Good luck, Eugene. Great to see you as always.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. This is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. And we have got basically the first couple of professional wrestling. The Miracle Mike Bennett, his wife, the lovely Maria Kannelis Bennett, the first lady of professional wrestling. Maria, ladies first, we're going to start with you. What does WrestleCon, being here in Orlando at WrestleCon, mean to you?
Seeing my friends. There's so many other things that go on in life that you don't necessarily get to see everybody as often as you want to. So here is a great place to just see everybody.
Absolutely. I was talking to Blue Meanie earlier. He said it's like a high school reunion.
Yes, very much so.
Now we see each other back in New England, probably more often than you guys want to see me. I'm sorry about that. But I remember this guy when he was a skinny little kid training with the late Superbad Steve Bradley. Right here, the Miracle Mike Bennett. So proud of all your success in professional wrestling. Always a pleasure to introduce you in the ring. And same question I asked Maria. What does an event like WrestleCon mean to you?
Well, I think similar to what Maria said, see friends, but like there's such an atmosphere here. Like, it's the biggest weekend in wrestling, and I just feel like even as even being a wrestler, you feel like a fan coming down here. It's just cool. You see everyone you like, and then the fans, just most of them are fun to hang out with. They get excited. You get off the plane, everyone knows who you are. You walk to the store, everyone knows who you are, and I'm like, I'm nobody. But they see me and they're like, and I'm like, this is awesome.
But you're somebody to me.
See, I'm somebody to her.
Do you feel all the love, ladies and gentlemen? You can only get this at WrestleCon and by checking out great videos on Title Match Wrestling. Maria, thank you.
Thank you.
My good friend Michael Bennett, thank you.
Thank you, Rich.
And guys, this is Title Match Wrestling.
Rubber ducks?
Yes.
Okay. Behind my face.
Thank you, baby.
Okay, let's get it.
So we do it right in front of the thing there for title match, or?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. I am here with the one and only one half of Harlem Heat, Stevie Ray. Stevie, we are here in beautiful Orlando, Florida at WrestleCon. How has the experience been for you?
The experience has been great. I'm here in Orlando where I used to rule this town. Me and my brother used to rule this town. I'm going to tell you,
We beat up the Steiners in this town. We beat up the Nasty Boys in this town. We beat up the Rock and Roll Express in this town. This town has had so many fallen champions from Harlem Heat that actually they need to give up a part of their Social Security. Yes.
So what you're saying...
You look at all those tag teams now, they are fallen champions. Look at them. They're in bad shape. And you look at Harlem Heat, baby. You look at me and Booker T, still healthy, still looking good, still can get out there and do what we do. Still bench pressing over 500 pounds. That's what I do on a daily basis. In shape, been training, eating rights, taking vitamins, and I didn't take that from the phenomenal Hulk Hogan, if that's what you want to call him.
So in essence, the WrestleCon experience has been excellent for Harlem Heat.
WrestleCon experience is excellent because we are here. We are here together. And that's something to behold because we don't get a chance to do a lot of things together anymore these days because of our commitments and other commitments that I have and that he has because he still works with WWE. I have a Legends contract with WWE, but we still do a lot of things outside, but we still get together when we can to do things together and come together for the fans and have a good time.
That's what it's all about. From the man, Stevie Ray, one half of Harlem Heat here.
Don't you forget, Fallen Champions. I'm making a new video. You know what the video is going to be called? Fallen Champions. We're going to have a litany, a plethora of fallen champions that we ran through in 10 years straight. Don't forget it and be looking for it. Fallen champions, beaten by Harlem Heat. Can you dig it? Now leave me alone.
This is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling here on YouTube. I am with the King of the Cage, the master of MMA, former NWA World Champion. He's pretty much done it all. If it was inside of an octagon or a squared circle, he is a great trainer, a great person.
Stop it.
He is the beast, Dan Severn. You've done so much, and it's just coming all off the top of my head, but it is a pleasure to get to talk to you. You're here at WrestleCon. We're in Orlando, Florida. How has the WrestleCon experience been for you?
You know, it's my first time ever, Rich, being at really a true professional wrestling type of expo like this. Now, I've been to a lot of martial arts ones. They're very, very similar. But where else can you see 10 to 20 different Macho Man Randy Savages? You know, you've got Ric Flair woos going off left and right here right now. So it's like a lot of people are living out their dreams, get a chance to see some of the stars that they grew up with, and now they get a chance to take a picture with them, shake their hand, and either that legend has lived up or lived down to their expectations.
And you get to interact with fans and you see old friends. I know Ken Shamrock's here. You guys on good terms? Everything civil with you? And
I don't know who you're talking about. If you're talking about some guy who's known as a sham, we will simply move on and talk about positive things.
The power of positivity here on Title Match Wrestling with Dan Severn. The whole experience, like I said in some earlier interviews, it's like a high school reunion. You get to see some old faces, some new faces.
I will take a few minutes here and there. I'll walk away from my table. I'll take a lap off to the right. I'll take a lap off to the left. I'll head over to the other direction just so that I could see some people I have not seen in years. Al Snow's right across the hall there from me. I had to go over there because he's my original trainer for my very first Ultimate Fighting Championship right there. So I'm always good to see people that have treated you well and, you know, that you became friends with.
And you have been an absolute pleasure to talk to. You are a gentleman, although you are the beast.
I'm a gentleman and a scholar, and I can drive my point home literally.
The one, the only, Dan Severn. This is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling, and look who's here, the Easy.
Why?
Easy, because you know me well enough.
You're my bitch.
Oh, dear God. That was like 10 years ago.
I know. He was my bitch 10 years ago.
April Hunter, you look lovely as always. Got the Wonder Woman thing going on here. We're in Orlando. We're at WrestleCon. How's the experience been for you?
It's been pretty awesome. This is my first WrestleCon too. It's like packed in here, full of coolness, full of much coolness.
And what is April Hunter up to these days?
working smarter instead of harder. I'm doing mostly Comic Cons, a lot of comic books.
Awesome.
So a lot of comic books. Working with George Perez. I'm working with a bunch of independent artists. So this is my first time back at a wrestling show in a long time.
Yeah, and I don't want to say retired from the ring, but you did train with the legend, Walter Killer Kowalski, way back in the day, the old school in Malden, Massachusetts, which is no longer there, sadly, and we miss Walter every day. So we're done with the wrestling. It's Comic-Con, it's Wrestlecon. You connect with a lot of old friends here today?
Yeah, it's like seeing the entire world here. It's amazing. I mean, I'm seeing people from Germany, France, England. It's unbelievable.
It's like a high school reunion all over again for knuckleheads like us, right?
Yes, yes.
Right, because we love this business.
Minus the class ring and the really bad varsity jackets.
Exactly. I don't think there's anything else to add to that. April, so good to see you after many, many years, and you're watching Title Match Wrestling. This is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. As a ring announcer, I'm thrilled once again to have found another ring announcer, a far better ring announcer, Justin Roberts. Welcome to Orlando, Florida. I'm very well. Wrestlecon has been quite an event. How has it been for you? How has the whole experience been for you?
It's been awesome. I love these because not only am I seeing all the wrestlers from the past 20 years, everybody from the early 90s to now, all the fans that are walking around from all over the world. It's cool just hearing their stories, and they come up and they talk wrestling, and we all love talking wrestling, so we're all in the right place. So it's really cool.
Absolutely. Seen a lot of old friends. We can hear Colt Cabana and Marty DeRosa in the background, a live Art of Wrestling podcast going on. I know you've been a guest on there. You have quite a story, and speaking of a story, we got a book, don't we?
I see it in the house.
Just tell us about it.
When I say your backstage pass through my WWE journey, it really is a backstage pass. I take you on the full journey, starting from what got me hooked into wrestling to wanting to become a part of it, and how I went about doing that and getting into the independents, and then working my way up from the independents to actually getting a tryout at WWE, and then what happened after that, and then what it was like to actually be at WWE for 12 years. So it really takes you on the full journey and tells you everything that was going on. I don't sugarcoat anything. It's very honest. I, unlike a lot of people, aren't looking to get one more run. So I just want to tell the story honestly and not worry about covering up certain things. You don't want to upset anybody by telling the truth. So I just tell the truth and tell the story honestly, and it's a very honest story.
I can't wait to check it out. Available on Amazon?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, JustinRobertsBook.com has all the links for the audiobook, the ebook, the hardcover book.
Excellent. Been a pleasure. Cool. Thank you, Justin Roberts. You're watching Title Match Wrestling. This is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. I don't usually talk about myself so much, but I am an independent wrestling ring announcer. So I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be here with somebody I watched when I was a kid. I'm not saying you're old, but when I started watching wrestling, it was Joe McHugh and this gentleman.
I am old, and I'm proud of being old.
And you look great.
You know what? I did an interview not too long ago, and the interviewer pointed out that my career has touched 5 decades. Is that amazing that I'm alive?
You look great. You're always in great shape. You're always busy. Of course, Gary Michael Capetta was the ring announcer for the WWF way back in the day. WWF, WCW, tons of independents, all over the place. AWA. You've seen and done it all, and now we've got the Beyond Body Slams tour, and we're here in Orlando. Before we talk about Beyond Body Slams, how has the Wrestlecon experience been for you here in Orlando?
You know what, it's amazing, because one minute you're talking to someone from Austria, next minute you're talking to someone from Kansas. I was just talking to a guy who's interested in bringing my Beyond Body Slam stage show to Australia.
Wow.
So that would be huge.
Absolutely, absolutely. And great road stories and the history of the business, something I'm a big fan of, something the young fans I think really need to learn about.
And the thing that's unique about the show is I'm not just telling you stories, but I'm showing you the stories on the giant screen.
Right.
So I put it this way, one of my greatest hits, like if you go to see Springsteen, you want to hear Born to Run.
Yes.
If you come to see GMC, you want to hear about the night that Mick Foley lost his ear and they tossed it to me. So that night, it wasn't a televised event.
Right.
But somebody had snuck in a camcorder. So as I'm telling the story, you're seeing what happens. You're seeing the referee pick the ear up off the mat. and give it to me. So the video, the giant screen video, adds another dimension to my show.
So if the show is coming to your area, make sure you check it out. If it's not, of course, you can get the books. Gary, where can they get the book, the Body Slams book?
They can do that on Amazon. Yep.
Amazon, and just a wealth of knowledge. One of my personal heroes here on Title Match Wrestling, Mr. Gary Michael Capetta. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Rich.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. It's Rich Palladino reporting for Title Match Wrestling. And look who we ran into, another member of the BWO.
You literally ran into me, literally.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
It's all right. You can handle it.
I've known you 20 years. You're good. Yeah.
Mike Bucci, a.k.a. Nova, Hollywood Nova, representing the BWO, brother. Tell me about Wrestlecon, Mania Weekend, what it means to be here.
It's good, man. We've never done this one before. The three of us are a hard one to get. Meanie and Stevie are pretty active still, kind of. I'm not. I don't really do a whole lot of wrestling events, maybe 5 or 6 things a year. So we've been trying to get together for about 3 years to do this. So we worked the Wrestle Pro event last night, which a good friend of mine, Pat Buck, runs that. Oh, yeah. He's a little bit of a protege of mine too, so I came to do the show, and then we're staying for the convention at AMR too. So it's been good, man. It's cool to get out and see, I mean, I hate to say it, but life outside of the WWE bubble, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see.
Well, and like you said, you're not doing as many of these as you had in the past. Real life gets in the way sometimes. Family, work, etc., etc. Talked to Meanie earlier. He described it best. It's like a high school reunion. We all get to see each other.
I mean, there's even people I've seen today who, even over the years, I wasn't overly super friendly with, but I was kind of cool. But when you see them, it's just like, hey, bro, what's going on, man? And, you know, you just kind of catch up a little bit, and it's like you never left off. So I'm good for about 2 or 3 days of this, and I need to get back to reality. So.
And reality sucks sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, but for Title Match Wrestling,
reality is what it is. You know what I mean? I love my reality. I love this. Was great. I had a great 20-something year career, but I'm a dad. I work hard. I'm in the finance industry, so my reality truly is what you make it. So.
And the bills are getting paid.
Oh yes, even more than they did in wrestling. So, which is weird.
Again, real life, and this is the real Hollywood Nova for Title Match Wrestling. This is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. We're here at Wrestlecon in Orlando. Part of the Mean Street Posse, the enforcer, the big man himself, Pete Gass. How's Wrestlecon been? Tell us about the experience.
It's been great. You know, I've never been here working, and I've been by to visit a couple of times, and I absolutely love it. And I just wrote a book that just came out, Looking at the Lights. So it's available on Amazon, or if anyone's around here.
We're gonna make sure everybody gets a good shot of that. Check it out from Pete Gass, his own book on Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's at Barnes & Noble's. I hear it's even at Costco, which is a great thing.
Costco does a lot of business, so you're going to be just fine there. So obviously, WrestleCon is one thing, WrestleMania is another. Yep. Your good friend Shane McMahon, WrestleMania moment for you. Any that? What's the biggest?
Well, I'm really down here for one thing, and honestly, WrestleCon's great and all, but I'm here to support Shane.
Of course.
Just like I did last year, and I hope they steal the show. But.
He has a habit of doing that, doesn't he? And anything else? The book, we got pictures. How's the experience been seeing the fans and seeing old friends?
You know what? Those are the real good reasons on why. Because, you know, it's great to walk through the aisles before the show starts, after the show starts, even taking a break and just saying hi. It's like a class reunion almost.
Absolutely.
And as far as the fans go, I mean, I'm blown away. I've had people visit me here from Australia, you know, to buy the book, and the UK, Germany, Italy. It's amazing. It really is, and I'm just really pumped to be a part of it.
Well, I was pumped to meet you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Pete Gass from the Mean Street Posse. Buy the book. Hey, this is Rich Palladino for Title Match Wrestling. Over 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, and it's because of the great talent and the great performers in this business that we get to talk to. Guys like Shannon Moore. Shannon, welcome to Orlando, Florida. We're here at WrestleCon. How's the experience been for you thus far?
Dude, it's been awesome, man. Like, it's really cool to see just everybody come from around the world and not only support WrestleMania and the WWE, but support just all the wrestling that goes on this week. And there's just been some killer shows, and just it's awesome just to see all your boys, man, just everybody you've been in the business with.
And of course, you were part of the big Wrestlecon Super Show last night in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, man, that show was awesome. There's probably 4,000 or 5,000 people there. It was a huge show, and the card was just stacked, man. Like before you know it, like it was midnight, and the main event was going in with Matt and Jeff. So it was killer, man. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 hours too. And obviously, we're down here WrestleMania weekend. Do you have a favorite WrestleMania moment?
Yeah, actually, all my WrestleManias were very special because I've been in, like, I think 4 WrestleManias, and just to have one under your belt and to be able to, it's just like saying you played in the Super Bowl, I guess. But I've been fortunate to have 4.
And not a lot of guys can say that. So, Shannon Moore, the ink looks great. Great to see you as always, and thank you for being here on Title Match Wrestling.
Thank you.